The precise date for the presentation in each state shall be made known by the respective resident electoral commissioners after consultation with their supervising national commissioners. For the state houses of assembly, the date of presentation of certificates of return to the respective winners will be announced in due course. On the issue of supplementary elections. Supplementary elections will be conducted in 13 states of the Federation on the 23rd day of March 2019. Details of the states and constituencies where these elections will take place will be uploaded on our website before the close of work today. All observers and the media accredited by the Commission to cover the 2019 general elections are free to observe the elections. They will have unimpeded access to the materials distribution centers, polling units, and the various collation centers. Arising from the meeting held on the 19th day of March 2019 between the Independent National Electoral Commission and the security agencies, the latter have given the assurances of adequate security, professional conduct, and unimpeded access to all levels of the elections and the collation centers. The Independent National Electoral Commission Situation Room will be activated on Saturday, the 23rd day of March 2019. Nigerians can reach the Commission through its social media platforms that has already been published. The Commission encourages all registered voters in the areas where elections will be conducted to come out and cast their ballots. We also appeal to all stakeholders for continuous support. On the pending cases in Bauchi and Adamawa states. As some of you are already aware, the Commission has conducted governorship elections in 29 states and returns have been made in 22 of those states. While the election was suspended in Rivers, it was declared inconclusive in 6 states, namely Bauchi, Adamawa in the northeast, Benue and Plateau in the north central, and Sokoto and Kano in the northwest. Following the inconclusive governorship election in the 6 states, the Commission has fixed elections for the 23rd day of March 2019. Therefore, the supplementary governorship elections earlier scheduled to hold in Bauchi State is now a subject of litigation, which was initiated by the All Progressives Congress and its candidate, Mohammed A. Abubakar. An interlocutory injunction to suspend the process has been served on the Commission by the Federal High Court, Abuja. While the Commission has complied in accordance with its policy to obey all court orders in deference to the rule of law, it has also taken urgent steps to vacate the order and dismiss the action. It should, however, be noted that the litigation and consequential order only affects the collation of results for the governorship election in Tafawa Balewa local government area. Consequently, the supplementary elections will proceed as scheduled on Saturday, the 23rd day of March 2019, in the other 15 local government areas of Bauchi State, as well as in the Krifi State constituency supplementary elections in Krifi local government area. Similarly, the Adamawa State High Court issued an injunction restraining the Commission from proceeding with the supplementary elections following the application by the Movement for the Restoration and Defense of Democracy, MRDD, a registered political party which did not take part in the main election. While the Commission has also complied with the order, it has equally taken steps to vacate it and dismiss the action. Notwithstanding the legal action over the supplementary governorship election, elections we hold in Nasarawa Binyeri State constituency in Mayobelwa local government area of Adamawa State, where the election had to be countermanded, following the death of a candidate before the polls, as well as in the Obagaya State constituency in Hong local government area. So in relation to Adamawa State, we are going to hold elections in 2 state constituencies. One in Nasarawo Binyeri State constituency in IMO West local government, where the candidate died just before the elections and the commission had to countermand the elections. So that particular election will proceed as scheduled. We're also going to have elections in Obagaya State constituency in Hong local government area. So we have complied with the court order saying we should not hold elections in Adamawa State. But in these 2 state constituencies, elections will go on because it has nothing to do with the pending action before the court. Resumption of electoral process in Rivers State. Following the violent disruption of the electoral process in Rivers State during the governorship and state assembly elections on 9th and 10th of March 2019, the commission was compelled to suspend the process. The commission set up a fact-finding committee that visited Rivers State and submitted this report, which revealed that while election could not hold in a few areas, it was successfully concluded in others with the declaration of winners in 21 state constituencies. Collation was ongoing at the time of the suspension of the process. Therefore, the Commission has outlined activities and timelines for the resumption and conclusion of the process. And the timelines for the said activities are as follows. 1. On the 19th day of March 2019, the Commission will have some engagement with security agencies or had engagement with security agencies in relation to some of these supplementary elections and also in relation to the elections in Rivers State. So that one has already been concluded. On the 29th day of March, the Commission will hold what we call the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security meeting. And this place will take place in Rivers State. Then thereafter, on the 30th day of March 2019 in Port Harcourt, there will be a meeting of critical stakeholders in the electoral process. Then thereafter, the Commission will issue guidelines for resumption of collation of results. And these guidelines will be issued from the headquarters of the Commission here in Abuja. Then we are also going to have what we call revalidation of polling agents and observers for the collation of results. This revalidation will commence on the 25th day of March and end on the 31st day of March 2019. And it will take place simultaneously in Abuja and in Port Harcourt. Then thereafter, there will be resumption of collation and announcement of results. Resumption of collation and announcement of results. And this will take place between the 2nd to the 5th day of April 2019. And it will take place in Port Harcourt. And the venue for this particular activity will be agreed upon between the Commission and the critical stakeholders in the electoral process. Then on the 13th day of April 2019, there will be supplementary elections where necessary. Then thereafter, there will be an announcement of all results between the 13th and 15th day of April 2019. And then on the 19th day of April 2019 will be the day for the issuance of all outstanding certificates of return in relation to all these categories of election. So these are the activities and timelines that we have outlined for the conclusion and completion of all the activities in relation to the collation of results and supplementary elections in Rivers State. IMO West. The position of the Commission has not changed. The position of the Commission is that we will not issue certificate of return to Governor Rochas Okorocha in relation to the senatorial election. But as of today, he has taken his matter to the courts. And I think that it will be more prudent and more rational to wait for the outcome of the matter he has filed in court before we make any further comment. When a matter is pending in court, the best thing to do is not to prejudge the matter that is already in court, but to allow the judicial process to run its course. If at the end of the day, the courts make an order that we should give him a certificate of return, of course, the commission will obey such a court order. If, on the other hand, the court takes a different position and makes other consequential orders in relation to the conduct of the elections in IMO West, we will also comply with whatever the courts decide. But as of today, the matter is pending before the court, and the best thing to do in the circumstances is to wait for the outcome of the judicial process. On the issue of the collation center for Benue State, I'm not aware that the collation center has been moved. I am the supervising national commissioner for Benue State, and the supplementary elections will take place in Benue State on Saturday. And so I don't have any information, and the commission doesn't have any information as at now that the collation center has been moved. But as you know, the resident electoral commissioner has been engaging with the different stakeholders in the electoral process in relation to this election. And what we want is a situation where we are going to conduct the governorship elections in Benue State in a very, very peaceful and conducive atmosphere. So he's engaging with the different stakeholders, and if there has been some agreements between the commission and the different stakeholders, when I get to Benue, I will be availed of such agreements and I will be updated. But as at now, we are not privy to the movement of any collation center to any other place. On the issue of Okigwe North senatorial elections, I think that that particular matter is being addressed by the resident electoral commissioner for Imo State. And I'm sure that before the week runs out, he's going to make the necessary announcements relating to all the pending elections in Imo State and the pending certificates of return that have not been issued in Imo State. So we'll wait for him to make the said announcement. On the issue of whether the governor-elect for Imo State scored a quarter of the votes in 2/3 of all the local government areas in Imo State, that particular matter is also a subject of litigation before the election petitions tribunals. And I believe that it is within the competence purview of the election petitions tribunals to make a determination on whether he scored a quarter of the votes cast in 2/3 of all the local government areas of the state. So I believe that the courts are the best place to ventilate some of these issues. So for now, the commission does not have an opinion in relation to that, since the matter is already before the election petitions tribunal. And whatever the tribunals decide will be what the commission will implement. If the tribunal makes a determination that he scored a quarter of the votes in 2/3 of all the local government areas of Imo State, so be it. If the tribunals also say that he did not do that and a consequential order is made, the commission will definitely give effect to whatever consequential order that has been made by the tribunals. So that is that in relation to the issue of the governorship elections in Imo State. And we also have a pending case relating to the Oju Obi federal constituency in Benue State, where we declined to issue a certificate of return to the person that was declared as the winner on grounds that the certificate of return was procured under duress. And there's also another one in Akwa Ibom State. So there are 4 of such cases where the commission declined to issue certificates of return to the winners on grounds that the returns were procured under duress. So I think the commission has been consistent in relation to this matter. if you don't exhibit good behavior in terms of your conduct during the elections or during the collation process, the commission will not reward bad conduct. So what we have done is that we've been very, very consistent. So if any person who is aggrieved in relation to the actions we have taken, such an individual reserves the right to go before the election petitions tribunal or before any court of his or her choice and ventilate his or her grievances. So that is the position of the commission.